Welcome back to the Ascension Series. I am Dime. Let's dive into some stuff today. I want to talk about navigating the unknown. And the reason I want to do that is we are going through a lot right now. We have been for a really long time, but like, are you feeling what I'm feeling? So, what I'm seeing across the board with our students here at Domino Mentoring, as well as in my own life, and friends and family, is like this it's very complex. It's like this energy of, oh my God, what's coming? And feeling like something's coming. And in moments, it's really exciting. And in other moments, it's kind of uncomfortable. I'm receiving signs out the ass, you guys, like crazy signs right now, which normally I don't because I'm just in alignment and I'm the creator of my experience and it's not a requirement for me. But oh, something's happening. And then the other piece is the amount of shakeup that we're experiencing in our lives. So, a lot of my students, a lot of my friends in my own life, I'm watching what I thought was a solid foundation crumble and quickly be rebuilt. And it's not that things are falling apart or there's tragedy. It's just like the direction I thought I was going is like, no, we're going to move that out of the way and you're going to go this way instead. And then the ascension symptoms, right? Like we're getting, oh my gosh, like eye spots, eye floaters right now, like really challenging eye vision, all of that stuff. I'm going through endless hot flashes. Like I'm having one right now. You can see how red I'm getting. Like endless of my body just heating up and then cooling right down and then heating up and then cooling right down. And it's endless. And it feels like Gaia, her energy, that like I'm gonna shift energy happening. And then the bird kingdom. I talked about this in the Galactic Ambassador group that we did last month in February. The next one is this Wednesday. So today's Tuesday, so the 6th, tomorrow. Um, so the blue avian energy and the bird kingdom. I cannot go outside. There is swans. I have never seen swans fly before. I know they do, obviously, but I've never witnessed it before. There's two swans that keep circling over me every time I go outside, circling over me. And I'm like, those things are big. Like, whoa, like you can't deny it. And they're very low. And then I've got every time I go out on the front lawn, like 9 robins show up and just like all sit there in this pyramid shape staring at me. And I'm like, okay. Um, when I was in Mexico, I just got back from Mexico. The amount of birds that would just like swoop by and drop shit in front of me, I was like, this is a lot of things. So I'm getting that experience for sure. I'm really curious. Hit me in the comments. Like, what are you getting? Is the Bird Kingdom like hammering you? Like they're hammering, like, what is happening? Um, and then obviously, you guys know my sign is Volkswagen Beetles. When I know that something big is coming, it's like a preparation. And I am having some of you, thank you, I love you, sending me these awesome videos of Volkswagen Beetles. Um, I'm seeing them everywhere. In photographs, in advertisements, on the road, like all over. And my body is like vibrating on the inside of like, get ready, right? So we do have tremendous transitional energy happening in March and in April. So March, if you've gotten the monthly forecast already, if you've watched already, you know it's about like getting to the doorstep. Like we're going for this. I put it in the newsletter. There was a little download from the Galactic Council in the newsletter as well. And then April is like it's go time. And so we're feeling the go time right here, right now, but we're not quite sure what it is, right? And we're watching. There's been a big wave of transition in the animal kingdom. So a lot of us have had our pets, our fur babies, transition over to the other side and become very galactic energy and guides. We're watching the bird kingdom, like really attempting to communicate with us. The insect kingdom, please, I wish it was something else. Like it's March, what, March 5th? I'm looking at the calendar. There's June bugs, June beetles, like bigger than I've ever seen in my life, all over my back deck. And I'm like, please no. I'd really prefer to not have the insect kingdom being like, hi, Dime, we're going to do this. There was a big ass spider on my leg the other day. Like, no, please. However, this is what's happening. And there's a couple of moving pieces to why it's happening, but I want to talk about like how do we navigate this, because we're feeling it. We are feeling it, especially the ache for divine purpose. That's why like my guides have been like, sorry girl, like you got to open up at night and you've got to teach it again. So I'm doing arriving in divine purpose in April for 12 weeks. It's a 12-week certification program. It's level 1 of 3 of becoming a certified divine mentor. So I, because it's time to understand what your purpose is. It is time to trust that you are here for a purpose. It's time to heal the things that are holding you back, like your fears of being seen, your fears of communication, your fears of being in front facing positions, your fears of trusting the financial flow. So it's what that whole thing is about, is to help you do that, because that's what April's like, do it now. And then March is all about fine tuning your gifts, especially star seeds. So we're getting wild, wild things right now. So what do we do with this, and how do we morph? How do we navigate it? Right. So the first thing I want to say, I'm on the other side. So I know the ache of divine purpose. I never in a million years thought it would be this big for us. That I would have a company that was global. I never thought that. I just thought I'd be doing tarot cards or something for the rest of my life. But here we are. So I know the journey very, very well, and I've navigated a lot of people through it. I want you to know it's going to happen. It is going to happen. You are going to arrive. It is inevitable. As long as you stay self aware and you ask yourself every fucking day, what's in my vortex? What energy am I radiating? What is being reflected through me? There's 12 universal principles. Okay. There's 12. There's the principle of oneness, vibration, correspondence, attraction, inspired action, cause and effect. I have them written down, so I didn't forget any. Perpetual transmutation of energy, compensation, relativity, polarity, rhythm, and gender. I teach all of those in the program Fully Awaken and Ascend. And then when we just taught the 4th level of Fully Awaken and Ascend called Embody, which is coming, we redefined them into principles, not universal law. So these are the ones that my downloads, the guides, the Galactic Council, being a starseed, have really helped me embody. And I want to talk about a few of these today to support you in navigating this. So it's going to happen. It 100% you will get there. And everything you're enduring right now is twofold. One, to help you understand what humanity requires in order to arrive. If you haven't walked the path, you don't know how to support someone else. You need to be able to resonate. So you're enduring what is required for you to bring forward for the others that are going and walking the same path as you. You're going to make it through, and it's going to be okay. I promise you, you're going to actually be amazing. And you're going to look back and be like, oh, wish I didn't stress so much. I promise. Okay. The second piece is being really aware of what's being reflected back to me so that I can understand what wants to be healed. We are energetic beings that radiate vibration that comes from, there's 5 steps to creating anything in your world. This is how we're creating our lives, our reality. Your subconscious beliefs are creating an emotional reaction in the body that is your vibration, your frequency, that is causing your perception, that is causing your outcome. That's how the chain works. You can flip that and hyperspeed the process. There's action items involved in that, but that's the foundation, okay, of what we teach in Fully Awaken Ascent. So these 5 steps are layered into the principles of how universal energy works, how universal vibration works. So there's 12 principles. When you understand that your vibration is creating the outcome, one of the principles you're going to be using, and we're going to talk about 2 today, is the principle of, oh my gosh, my brain, the principle of correspondence. Yes, the reflection. Yes, yes. Okay, it took me a minute there. I had to like go within myself. I just got back from holidays. So today's day 1, getting back in. So everything is a reflection of your vibration. So if you've got some really shady shit going on in your life, that doesn't mean you're shady shit. It means there's something in your subconscious belief structure that believes you deserve that shady shit. And so we want to look at what is universal energy, vibration, showing me, being attracted to me, that I can dive in and fix that process. So it's time to become hyper aware that everything is a reflection of something you believe about yourself. So we want to stop and look and be like, what is this actually making me feel? What emotions am I experiencing? And that'll help you get into that subconscious belief. That is how we're going to navigate March is like, oh, that, oh, that. We really want to embody trust. That's probably one of the hardest things to do is really, truly, fully trust in your full ego body. Um, that's a journey, but you can get there. It's just first, what do we want to wrap up within our belief structure, within our vibration? You can't fake it till you make it. That won't happen. You can't mantra your way out of it. You can't just visualize and create a fucking vision board and expect it to fucking happen. You can't sit on your couch and be like, kumbayaing all fucking day long. Like that is not what's going to get you there. What's going to get you there and help you truly arrive is diving into that subconscious belief. Your guides aren't going to fix you. Your guides aren't going to make shit happen. It does not work like that, my love. It works in the fact that you are the free will. You are the controller and the creator of your vibration, of your experience, of your outcome. So we really want to dive in. That's going to get you along the process. The more self aware you are, the more transition you're going to have in your life, the more trust you're going to be able to embody. So there's that piece. The principle of rhythm is the other one I want to talk about. So, from the depths of my heart, I need you to understand that you cannot get this wrong. You cannot get it wrong. There is no such thing as getting it wrong at all. And the principle of rhythm means like a coiled spring, your evolutionary process, AKA awakening ascension. Okay. You are going to level up and then you're going to have a little pause and a dip down. That dip down is for you to integrate. It's for you to say, I've healed something. My body, my physical body needs to catch up. And then we're going to go up again. What I see far too often and why I wanted to talk about this so badly today, and I know I've talked about it before quite a bit, but it's just this is the timeline where we're going to feel the principle of rhythm really impacting us. So this just means there's going to be a pause. There's going to be a pause in your finances, a pause, not a halt, not being taken away from, pause in your finances, a pause in your flexibility with free time, a pause in feeling good. You may get like cold symptoms or something like that, a pause in the connections that you have, a pause in let's really look at, are these all the right people, places, things in my world, or does something need to go? This is the integration timeline. And then or a pause in your meditations, a pause in your connection, a pause in your knowing, a pause in your trust. A very human moment is what the pause is, where you're like, what's next? Oh my fucking God. How do I do this? How do I, you know what I mean? And we're going to go into a little bit of panic. It's normal to do that. I don't want you to. And that's why I'm talking about it. So every pause is a little lull for you to rest, to restore, to do your mirror work, to love your damn self, to take time to connect in with the birds or nature, to sleep, to allow everything you've already done and every change that's happened, even if you don't know it, if you're just getting downloads when you're sleeping and you don't even know you're getting them, that's common. You're going to experience this pause to restore, to recharge so that you can start to move forward again. And then all of a sudden, whoop, and you go up. So, like a coiled spring, you're just going up all the time, all the time. And those downs get a little bit scary. There's this transition period. When you're at the bottom, you're like, woo, no problem. You're like, this is life. And then it starts to, I have this spring actually that I use. Oh, I don't have it here. Anyway. So you're like, okay, cool. And then you start to go up and you're like, oh, this is unknowingly, you're like, oh, this is symbolically, unknowingly, you're like, oh, I'm kind of on the edge of a cliff. Like, this is uncomfortable. And then you have a little down and you're like, what if I never get up there again? And then you go up again and you're like, oh my God, this is happening in my meditations, this download, this awareness, this expansion, the love of my life, the this, and then a pause. And you're like, oh, but it felt so good. And then it just continues and continues and continues. Eventually, once you break a certain time, a certain point in that process, your downs, you're so hyper aware, and you can do that right now. You don't have to wait for a certain evolutionary process. It's actually a mind thing. So every time you have a down or a disconnect or your meditation's not working, I hear that one all the time. I'm not connected. My crown won't open, or my third eye's not activated, or my psychic gifts are going away. Go rest. You're fine. Don't be a dumbass. You're okay. You've got this. You've got this. It's an integration. Then you're going to go up another level. So, what we want to do is be hyper aware and start to tell the right perception in our ego self as these things are happening. So, oh, I'm not connected. That means I'm integrating and I'm about to level up. And if you know, if you truly can get yourself to a place where you believe that, remember the 5 steps of creation. Your belief creates an emotion, creates a frequency, creates a perception, creates an outcome. So what happens if you're like, oh my God, I'm about to level up? Instead of going into, oh, my meditations aren't working, my ascension symptoms are so exhausting. I'm in the dark night of the soul. This is so hard. It's so hard and heavy to be an empath. Well, then enjoy a fuckery of an experience because that's what you're creating. But if instead you're like, whoa, this is a down, what is next? Because it can only get better. And if you can believe that and you can own that story, you're going to create the most amazing experience. The most amazing experience. I want that for you. I have spent February knowing what was going to be hitting me this week, knowing I have spent February preparing for March and April. We are about to launch into the most incredible, incredible transition. And I want to be a part of that. I know so deeply in my heart, in every fiber of my being, I was born to be of service. I was born to do it the hard way so that you don't have to. I was born to be a Sagittarius who loves to spend money and spend her money on educating herself. Like, I love spending money. I love money. And I was like, I'm going to spend it over here. I'm going to spend it over here. And I'm contemplating going back to school again for another layer. Because Sagittarius, we love to spend money and we love to learn. Like, we're crazy. But, anyways, that's what we do. But I know that's what I was born for. I know I was born for 2024. And I believe you were as well. If you've been hanging out with me and you've been watching these videos, you were born for 2024. And this is the year that we are going to create amazing changes for ourselves and humanity. Are we going to fix everything? No. No. Are we going to move out of this falsified 4th dimensional consciousness spirituality? Kumbaya, do yoga, be a vegan. Like, and I love all of those things. I'm not knocking it, but are we going to actually evolve into unity? Yeah. All of us? No. But we're going to see a lot of people realize that ego is not bad, that ego is your operating mechanism for your human. We're going to see a lot of people understand the 12 principles and how to control them and use them, capitalize on how it works to create the outcome of their desire. We're going to see a lot of souls going, oh, I need to fill my bucket first so that I can give more to the world. Finally, holy. We're going to see people becoming into unity. We're going to see a lot more transition in the openness and neutrality of non-binary, of bisexuality. We're going to see this. Bisexuality, I don't think is the right term. I'm not up to date on terms. So sorry if I offended anyone, but like this, like neutral, like love is love. We're going to see a big wave of that where labels don't matter anymore. And that's like, oh, I cannot wait. And that's not to say that's what you have to do, but we're going to see absolute acceptance towards this. We're going to see us coming together in you are me and I am you, which is the principle of oneness. And how can I be of service to myself? How can I be of service to you? How can I be of service to the collective? How can I fill my bucket and accumulate everything that I can to offer it to you? And that's what I've spent my life doing by building this company. I am so unbelievably blessed. I feel so blessed. I have built a company where I get to bring people, hold hands with you and help you understand your purpose. And some of you work with us, and some of you do your own thing, and some of you work with us for a little while and then go, this is what I really want to do in the world. And you launch off, and we get to be your cheerleaders. Like, it's the most incredible, amazing experience. And nothing is by chance. Soulfully, energetically, my whole life, I knew that this is what I would do. So I knew I had to understand the marketing world in 3D. I knew I had to understand being a CEO or VP of operations. I knew I had to understand launching, um, sole proprietorship businesses into the world. Like I knew. And so that was my path. And now I get to sit here and, oh my God, there's a huge spider. I just had a heart palpitation. There's a massive spider on the wall. And that's so much fun. Mm. Okay, cool. I love that. See me have a panic attack and I don't edit my videos. So that's great. He's coming towards me. We're just going to be friends. We'll call him Fred. All is well. Okay, here we go. Ah, I love March in Canada. This is insane to me that there's so many insects. So I guess I have some learning to do. So I'm going to go spend some time talking to Fred and see if we can be friends. I instinctual fear for me and insects. I have not conquered that yet. Um, so I'm you're seeing me have a total cringe nervous breakdown on YouTube. Awesome sauce. Life is good. Okay. Anyways, I knew that this is what would happen. And I know your path. That's the beautiful gift that I was given is I can meet you and I know your path. So I want you to believe in you, even though if we haven't talked one-on-one, I've probably seen you in meditation. Everybody who comments on the videos, I feel like I know you the way you feel like you know me. And I desire to have more time to be able to connect through comments and emails. I just don't have the bandwidth right now. But trust me, I feel you and I honor you and I believe in you. And I know with every fiber of my being, you're going to arrive and you are going to help change this planet. So never stop believing in yourself. Start to look at how do I navigate my frequency? How do I use the energy available? That's why we have the weekly energy forecast. I break down every day and every night for us on what to do with the energy that's there in order to arrive in your highest timeline. And it's so important to me that we understand how to capitalize on that energy. And I love you all because I channel it, so I don't really know. And then Wednesday, I'll be like, "What the hell's happening?" And I will get a message from someone being like, "Just a reminder, Dime. Wednesday is da, da, da." And I'll be like, "Thank you." Like I love all of that, so thank you. All right, I want you to believe in yourself. Kind of icky because Fred is now on the floor by my feet, so I'm gonna go have a conversation with Fred. Amazing. Hmm, okay, I love you. Until I see you again, or until we see each other again, energetically or here, go look in the mirror and find a million reasons to say thank you. I love you. Navigate this energy. Do not stop believing in yourself for a second. Don't do that. You stay strong. Okay. Don't do what I did. I went into fear so many times. March is not the month for that. Hype yourself up, boost your fucking tires, believe in yourself. Thank you. I love you.